give everybody a definition as to what positive parenting look like. Because me personally, for example, positive parenting, like I just said, meant
Yeah.
punishing your child for their own mental breakdown, and people don't look at it like that. They look
Right.
at it like that's old school. You supposed to punish them, you supposed to beat them, but in actuality, they're stumbling and breaking.
Yeah.
So, you know, elaborate on that for me in regards to in my audience and regards to what does positive parenting look like.
So for me, because I don't know whether other people are going to have their own definition of parental coaching, but for me, parental coaching is somebody who coaches you through step by step as to how to do certain things with your children in
Hmm.
certain ways that will benefit you and benefit the child. So
Hmm.
at the end of it, you want to create a happy household. And in order to do that, you're going to need somebody. If you feel like you're struggling, obviously, some people struggle and they just struggle on. But if you can get a parental coach, that person is supposed to guide you as to what's going wrong, why it's going wrong, because there's always a problem. Now, when we come on to the positive parenting,
Hmm.
right? So, being ethnic myself,
Hmm.
we have a background of beating. Simple.
Hmm.
We got some serious licks when we were younger. And then we got the whole saying of children should be seen and not heard.
Hmm.
And although we probably think, okay, well, we turn out all right. So therefore, when we have our children, we're doing the beating same way because we don't know any different.
Hmm.
But I know a way that you don't have to do all that. You don't have to shout. So the positive parenting is still having your boundaries. You're still being firm but fair, but you're
Hmm.
doing a lot more listening. Whereas our day, we weren't listening at all. We were told something, and that's how it is. Simple. So then you're that probably bringing it on your child. What I say goes. I'm the mother, you're the child, or I'm the dad, you're the child. I'm in control here, and just go and do off and do what I say.
Hmm.
Now, for positive parenting, you're having to respect the child's views, respect their opinions, listen more, and just basically take on um try and build a relationship. So they're not your friend. They're still not,
Hmm.
don't get it twisted. They're not your friend, but there is a way that you can still be able to parent positively in basically without the shouting, without the beating, and without any negativity. There is a proper way you can do that. And you know what? The way I see it is if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Yeah, and I believe it takes practice because I'll say
Absolutely.
this with these children right now, Generation Z, they
Yeah.
ain't going for the beating. It don't work anyway. That
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my experience. That's why I just had to come to terms with it. It don't work anyway. So
Yeah.
why is I got boys. I can't be hitting no they grown men size. I'm not hitting I don't even feel like it. No, I'm not doing that. So
Yeah.
I was kind of forced into it and about the opinion thing, yeah. I do sit and listen more so where I just be like, I have to accept the fact that they don't necessarily think like me,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
guess it comes different for everybody. And I wish I would have had you some years ago oh my goodness.
I wish I had myself years ago.
Because I
You
think
know?
we need this. I really believe that we needed this. So,
Yeah, and
um,
you know what? It's well done. Is that we do have to remember that it's different times. We
hmm
are in different times now. Society's changing, children are changing. There's a lot more things that they have to deal with that we didn't.
hmm
Internet being number one, all these
hmm
devices and all so much information is
hmm
at their forefront now.
yes,
We didn't
yes.
have that. So you're actually fighting against the information that they're receiving.
Oh my goodness.
You
That's so
understand?
true.
Yeah. And then you're having to battle with that, battle with them. So you got to know where to find that balance, and that's what it's about, finding a balance for your home, because one thing that's going to work for you is not going to work for somebody else. not
Hmm.
necessarily, because everyone's got different characters, personalities, different traits of different things. So there's a lot that you need to think about in terms of everybody together. It's not going to, it's not going to work. Everybody together is not going to work in the same household. Everybody's doing, you got your boundaries still, and you got certain things that are sort of set to me. But
Right.
other than that, just being a lot more calmer. And another thing I would say about that as well is that you need to look after yourself first,
Hmm.
and then you look after the kids after.
My goodness, yes.
Yeah. Because if you're not in a good space, you're depressed, you got your mental health issues going on, you can't be bothered, you're tired, you're this. What have you got left to
Exactly.
be parenting?
Exactly. And I think me personally, that's what it boiled down to when my heart started fluttering because I was so angry. They going through
Yeah,
hormones and all that. I said,
yeah,
I gotta make a decision.
yeah,
Like I
yeah,
have to and I think that when you're an entrepreneur, it's different. Like you look at the world totally different where everything is like
absolutely.
it's like a kind of like managing your life like how you manage your business. So I knew
Yes,
I had to make a new policy for Dawn,
yes, yes,
which is I
yes,
had to make a list of what I didn't care about.
yeah, yeah. And you do what you have to do, isn't it?
Yes,
To
that's
get you in the right direction. You do what you have to do to get you to that space.
yeah, because I think you'll go crazy sitting there trying to control every little thing. It's like, you know
Yeah,
what? These are their own little people.
yeah, yeah,
They have their own minds, and it ain't nothing you could do to try, to change it because the only thing you're going to convince them of is I can't tell mommy this. I can't tell mommy
yeah,
that, but they
yeah,
still going to think for themselves.
yeah.
So I know my next question I you always hear that I always hear the phrase parenting doesn't come with a manual and people need a license to be parents and stuff like that. So do you think that in general that um parents do need coaching? Because this is something that was unheard of. I don't know, at least what, 20, 30 years ago.
Oh,
We knew about
absolutely.
therapy, but I think wait, didn't one of the show called Nanny, something like that? The with them bad
This,
children?
the super nanny.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I thought, yeah, I could do your job. I could do your job. Move over.
She was on the chain. It was like she was so direct, and I love how it was a command how you talk to children, certain children. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily screaming, but it's like, listen, we're not going to do this, and this is
Yes.
how this is going to go, and they respect that. So
Yes.
give me your perspective on the manual part. What I was asking, I done branched off into something else, but
Yeah, yeah. Listen, you know what? I think because I'm also a podcaster as well.
okay.
And at the beginning of my podcast, I do say, listen, they could have thrown an encyclopedia at me
Mhm.
when I was a new parent, and it still wouldn't have been enough information.
Mhm.
It just still wouldn't be. So no matter how much you feel like you're prepared, you got
Mhm.
your money in the bank, you got your cot ready, you've read up on all the 10,000 books, you're listening to this family, you're listening to
Mhm.
that friend, it's not going to be enough.
Mhm.
Because when that baby then comes, it's a whole new ball game. The baby's got its own personality, its own character already, and that's going to be building as time goes on. But you're not prepared for that sleep deprivation. I don't care how much times you read your book, that
Yes.
sleep book, how to co-parent, how to co-sleep with the
Yes.
baby, and how to do all that. It doesn't matter when your eyeballs, when you've only had 1 hour sleep for the whole 24 hours. Sometimes it
Mhm.
doesn't prepare you for that. So if somebody, I mean, a lot of people are getting doulas in now, and
Yeah.
that seems to be the new thing as well, getting doulas in and having maternity nannies and things come in to help you with that initial
Yeah.
part. But if you cannot afford that and you are just on your normal salary, your day to day, just getting by, paying your mortgage, rent, and your bills, you can't afford extra people, so you have to learn to manage on your own.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur Thursdays at 4 p.m.